Hey guys, what's up? It is Dude6 here for another video. This is going to be a concert talk video, which if you didn't know, I changed my concert review videos to concert talks because I thought it would be a funner little name for it. And this is my concert talk video on Warped Tour 2014. I went to the Hartford, Connecticut date at the Xfinity Center July 13th. Like I did last year, except I think the venue was called a different name at the time. And so I gotta say, this Warped Tour was so much better than last year's. I had a blast. I didn't get to really meet any bands. I technically did meet Front Porch Step for like 5 minutes. I talked to him for a little bit, but I will talk about that later down the road. So here's the schedule. This was like $2. This is the Hartford one. It has the map here with the lists of the stages and the times that the bands played, which this was super helpful. Last year I got it and it was super helpful. It's so much better than looking at that giant inflatable thing, because that's just stupidness. So the first band, when we got there, the first band that I wanted to see was Mayday Parade. They played at 12 at the main stage, the Electric Soul stage. And I was super stoked because I already saw them twice before and they put on a great show, and they usually play some awesome songs, and they're one of my favorite bands as well, and they didn't disappoint. They always have a consistency when they play live. They seem so happy to be there. They have this energy that just bounces off the stage to the crowd, and it's really nice, and everybody around you is just having a good time. They played a lot of awesome songs. They played When You See My Friends, Jamie All Over, 3 Cheers for 5 Years, Black Cat, Oh Well, Ghosts, I believe that was it. Oh, and Jersey. Jersey was one of my favorites they played. And they did great. They did not disappoint. The second band, or artist technically, that I saw was Front Porch Step. I was tied between either seeing him or This Wildlife. They're both 2 acoustic acts and they were playing around the same time, and I wasn't sure who I wanted to see more. So I decided to see Front Porch Step because I personally like his music better than This Wildlife, but I still love This Wildlife. So I saw Front Porch Step. He played at the Acoustic Basement. He was sick that day, so he told everybody before the show started that he was sick and he was going to play some more slower songs and some different songs that he hasn't been playing on the rest of the tour, which was nice. He did play a few songs off of his album Aware, which he played the song Aware. He played Poison. He played Drown. He played another one that I think I know. And then he played some old songs from his first EP, which was nice to hear. He also did, it was cool. He played one of his newer songs and then it transitioned into Always by Blink-182, and his version of it sounded really nice. And even with him sick, he still had this passion that you could just see when he was singing. He had his eyes closed most of the time, and he's so passionate about what he sings, and his lyrics are just so compelling and emotional and strong. He was one of my favorite people to see there. And I got to talk to him when he was done playing. I asked him for a picture. He said he didn't want pictures because of how sick he was feeling, and he didn't want to give people any of his germs, but he was talking about how if you went to his merch table, wrote on the notebook your email, he was going to send you a signed poster. He was going to pay for the shipping for it to go to your house and everything. He said he would do that, and so I shook his hand, and he was just a super humble, really nice guy. I actually was super happy to get to even talk to him, even though I was shaking the whole time. So after that, we didn't really do anything around 2 o'clock. And then at the Warhead stage, Mod Sun was playing. I saw Mod Sun 2012. He was playing with Never Shout Never. And I think when I saw him that time, I liked his performance a lot better than at Warped Tour. He was still fun, energetic, and happy, but I feel like when he did more rapping when I saw him before, and on this he was kind of just talking the whole time. He wasn't really rapping, and he was kind of singing but not really, so I don't know, it kind of bored me because it didn't really feel like he was doing anything musically. And then at 4, at the At the Hard Rock Kevin Says stage was Beartooth, which was one of the bands I was super pumped for. I gave their album Disgusting a perfect score, and Caleb Shomo really, I think over the years his vocals have gotten to perfection. His screams have just gotten amazing, and they were great live. He has this thing about him where he loves to get a crowd going, and he said that if you spent money to go to Warped Tour that you shouldn't be spending it just standing around, and he wanted everybody to be moving. The crowd was fucking crazy. There was just circle pits everywhere. It was insane. They played a lot of great songs too. I Have a Problem, The Lines, Beaten in Lips. They played a few others and I just can't remember them right now, but they did an incredible job too. And then at 5 at the Electric Soul stage, which is one of the main stages, we saw Devil Wears Prada. Now this was my favorite band out of all the bands that I saw. They surprised me the most. They got the crowd going so insanely. It was just such a fun crowd. It was dangerous, not going to lie, and it was brutal as fuck, but it was so much fun. They sounded so even better than they do on their records. They played a lot of great songs I was really happy to hear. Mammoth, Born to Lose, Sailor's Prayer from 818, I think Martyrs, Assistant to the Regional Manager, Hey John, What's Your Name Again. The band just sounded perfect live. There wasn't like one fuck up. It just was great. They had this amazing energy that just like made you want to move the whole time constantly. So Devil Wears Prada was my favorite. At 6, we went back to the Warhead stage because it's like in this amphitheater kind of where you can relax, and I guess the Ready set was playing, so we kind of saw him, and I don't really like his music personally, and I don't think he really did that great live. His singing was kind of weak. And then at the Warhead stage, I was really excited to see this band. At 7, it was Cute Is What We Aim For, which again is one of the bands that nostalgically like brings me back. They played a lot of old songs, and they wanted to play old songs because of how everybody talks about how they're like one of those nostalgic bands. Had a really good set too. They played a lot of awesome songs. Curse of Curves, There's a Class for This, I want to say Newport Living, I think they played that one too. Picture Perfect. 8 o'clock, the last band that we saw was Of Mice and Men, which I was super excited to see. A lot of people were excited to see them because I know they're only playing the last half of Warped Tour. And I've never seen a Mice and Men, and I heard they put on like one hell of a show, and they certainly did, because I was trying to record one of their songs, and a girl fell on top of me when she was crowd surfing, and I dropped my my vlog camera, which looks like this. I dropped it, and it was fucked up for a little bit, but I fixed it. I was just in a bad spot where all these girls wanted to get picked up. I had to carry a lot of people that were crowd surfing. But it was wicked fun to mosh to Of Mice and Men. The crowd was so aggressive. They did really good live, but my only thing was it was kind of hard to focus on them and listen to them just because of everybody around me. And I was kind of paying attention and not dropping the people that were crowd surfing. But plus I was a little bit disappointed in their set list. They played a lot of songs off Restoring Force, which that album's okay. I don't really like it as much, but it kind of, I mean, they didn't play anything off of their first album, which disappointed me. And they only played like, I don't think they only played like one song from The Flood, which was OG Loco. And then they played The Depths, they played The Flood off the deluxe version. And then they played a bunch of new songs, You're Not Alone, Bones Exposed. But Austin Carlisle still did great with his screams. They still got the crowd going a lot, but I was a little just disappointed in them just by their set list. So that was all the bands I saw, and let me show you guys the stuff I got. I'll show you guys the free stuff I got first. Journeys was one of the sponsors for Warped Tour. They were giving out free sunglasses, so these are what they look like. Just get rid of that. Pop these on. They even go with my hat. The Warheads tent was giving out free candy, and I fucking love Warheads. They're my favorite candy. So I got that. I got the Maine's new album for $5, which was a total steal. But the Devil Wears Prada's 818 album, which I've been dying to get this. Front Porch Steps album, Aware, which I've been dying to get as well. And I went to the This Wildlife tent, and I'll show you guys the shirts I got too, but I got their Clouded CD, which I love, and the merch guy was super nice and gave me their EP, Heart Flip, which has like a bunch of good songs on it too. He gave me this for free, which was awesome. Most of my money was spent on CDs. I got this Devil Wears Prada shirt. It's rad as shit. I'm so happy I finally got a Devil Wears Prada shirt. A Front Porch Step tank top, which is amazing. This Wildlife shirt. There was a lot of other bands that I wanted to see there. I wanted to see a Skylit Drive. I wanted to see This Wildlife. I wanted to see the Maine. But time conflicts plus signings were involved with time conflicts too, and I rather would have saw the band. This Warped Tour was amazing. It was a lot better than last year's. I had a blast. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these videos where I just talk about music and I act like my weird self. Hit the like button if you liked this video, you know, right down there. Down there. Stay brutal, guys, and stay tuned for more videos. See you guys later.